What's up, all you sick, twisted motherfuckers out there? It's Keeper Kev. As everybody's heard, everybody knows, we lost, one of our brothers, our founding fathers, and that it's weird, because it hit me a lot harder than I thought it did, So, you hear the news, you take your time, you shed some tears, you listen to some fucking Motorhead tunes, and you get on, and then it's like, but you still feel like something is, not letting it. And it was suggested to me, that you should share, stories of Lemmy, if if you watched or participated in his, memorial, all these stars got up and they shared their moments and stuff, but, about the rest of us. Some of us have stories, some of us don't. Some of us just remember a kick-ass fucking show where he did this or he did that. So I'm gonna share my Lemmy story. I was 14, 15, I think, something around that. My band was playing the Roxy in Hollywood, and what everybody knows, the Rainbow, which is Lemmy's haunt, it's of course right next to the Roxy, and me, the other guys in the band, my brother, girlfriend, or whoever it was, we're all hanging out outside the Roxy, just kind of waiting to go on, this and that, and my brother, he sees this guy, kind of down the block, kind of walking, getting right across the street, and he's like, he kind of nudged me, he's like, isn't that Lemmy? And I'm like, I hear this, and I being the loudmouth, not one to sit still and wonder, I just reach out a hand and I start running towards Lemmy, and I'm like, and I'm not realizing, what I was looking like, I mean, my hair, of course, was a lot wilder because it was like whatever, and according to everybody, this is what I look like. I look like this, and imagine, if you can, Lemmy's walking across the street and he looks up and he sees this and he hears, "Aren't you Lemmy?" And he just starts running, and I'm chasing him down the street. He's running, "Aren't you Lemmy, aren't you?" And he gets to the Rainbow, and he just kind of like dives, kind of get to the Rainbow. And, of course they stopped me, young, kid, no one allowed to go in there. But it was one of those things, where it was like, it was like, what was my early claim to fame? It's like, well, I scared Lemmy. I mean, you talk about, this is the guy, he's like been around, he's the guy that tends to scare other people just because, who he is, and, just, he doesn't look like your typical, your pleasant guy, as, I mean, he's a great guy, but, he's like most of us in the hard rock, heavy metal world, we don't necessarily look like, Sunday go to church folk, So, so it was just, it was one of my favorite favorite stories I've ever. I always remember that one. My brother, actually, he's the one who had reminded me of it right after Lemmy passed. Yeah, but Lemmy was such a huge influence on me. I mean, if for no other reason, I mean, he was a bass player. He sang. He was a bass player who sang, and I never was like, oh, I'm this great singer. I got this whoa voice. I mean, with time, I guess, but I was a kid, and I was always like, okay, here's this dude who doesn't sound like he took 50 million lessons and he's honed his craft. This is a guy who has a Jack and Coke, a Lemmy, and he smokes the cigarettes and does his thing, and he just gets out there and he's like, and so I was always say, hey, if Lemmy can do it, so can I, because he's not he's not some opera, he's not he doesn't have like the vocal chops of a Bruce Dickinson or a Rob Halford, he's Lemmy, but of course you know him. I mean, you just hear the guy's voice and you're like, oh my God, it's like anybody who's ever heard Lemmy will never forget Lemmy. So it's just something I wanted to share. I also want to put out there to all the other fans of Lemmy and Motorhead. We are going to be doing a little thing, with Keeper, where if you have a story, that you would like to videotape and send it in, we might be posting them on the site, or if you want to type something up and send it to us, we'll share it. It's just something for all of us, non-rock star folk to tell our stories, tell our Lemmys, but so you can go to keepermagazine.com, check it out, send us your stories, get in touch, and we'll be seeing you here in the 2016. It's going to be a big year for metal. So get back with us, and no matter what, stay metal, motherfuckers.